The Edwin Binney III collection of South Asian paintings is the most encyclopedic collection worldwide. Edwin Binney III began collecting South Asian paintings in 1958 and continued until his death in 1986. And over the course of his lifetime, he amassed a collection ranging in date from the 11th century all the way up until the early 20th century, covering all of the major regions, courts, and schools of painting to bring about an almost complete history of South Asian art. One of the earliest examples in the collection are 4 leaves from a manuscript called the Gandavyuha. This is the earliest surviving manuscript of the Gandavyuha, which became popular later on in China, but this example was painted in Nepal. The text itself is in Sanskrit, and it has a colophon that states that it was made in Kathmandu. The paintings are hauntingly beautiful and continue the early 5th century classical tradition of Indian paintings as survives at the cave temples of Ajanta. It shows the pilgrimage of a Buddhist follower by the name of Sudana to find a bodhisattva as a teacher. Examples of sacred manuscripts are within the Binney collection that range in date from the 11th century all the way through the early 20th century, including one of the later examples from Thailand that is an illustrated manuscript of the legends of Pramalai. This manuscript shows the difference between karmic actions that will result in good consequences, such as meditating in a cave, or the results of bad karmic actions, such as fighting and maiming one another, which will lead to rebirths in hell. Such manuscripts were often read in public at weddings and at funerals as cautionary tales. Aside from manuscripts associated with Buddhism, there are also pages that were included within albums created for the imperial Mughal court, whose emperors were followers of the Sufi branch of Islam. This is one example that shows holy men and scholars on the banks of the river with the Taj Mahal in the background. Here in the court of the Mewar Raja, Sangram Singh, he is watching a dance during the time of Diwali, which is the Hindu New Year. And the reenactment of the Hindu god Krishna's youth as a cowherd in the cowherd village is shown in the courtyard of the palace. This kind of palace setting is exactly the kind of setting in which these paintings would originally have been viewed and appreciated when nobles of the court and visiting connoisseurs from neighboring kingdoms would also come to appreciate the dance and the paintings.